Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nik Executive Solo Chef. I am Dr. Nik Nikam. So, I'm going to teach you how to make things in 20 minutes or less. Today, we are going to focus on brunch. We're going to be using Indian style omelette along with my style of toast, and I'm also going to show you how to make Indian style scrambled eggs. So this is going to be a brunch for our Sunday. So let us begin. First I'm going to get some coffee for myself because I need to wake up. So let me get some milk and I will show you how I make my coffee. The way I make coffee is basically I just put 2% milk, 1 cup in a 2-cup measuring jar. You may be wondering why am I using 2 cup, so that when I cook this in the microwave the coffee doesn't spill over. I put the milk back into the refrigerator, and it's very important when you are cooking we need to learn some principles. That is, if you leave the milk outside for 3 hours it's going to get spoiled. Talking about food getting spoiled, if you leave the food outside for more than 3 to 4 hours, bacteria and other organisms start growing on the food, especially if it's left open. If the food is in the refrigerator, it may be good for like 2 to 3 days. In the freezer, it may be good for 6 months, but I don't know why you want to cook anything. So what I put 1 teaspoon of coffee powder, Nescafe coffee, and to that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. So I was talking about food preservation. So even if you put food in the refrigerator, don't think it's going to stay good for 1 week or 2 weeks. If you put some curry or something in the refrigerator and you check it next week, you see some gray stuff growing up, that's the fungus, penicillin. So you have to make sure. Here I mix 1 cup of coffee powder along with 1 teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to put this one here. Everything has to be clean and crisp. I'm going to put this in the microwave, and my microwave is will be set to 2 minutes and 30 seconds at 60% power. So let's see how it comes out. So my coffee will be ready in about 2.5 minutes, and I was telling you as why I choose this type of coffee preparation, because number one, I'm using 2% milk. My coffee has 8 grams of protein and a few grams of carbohydrates and fat. The most important thing is it's got 8 grams of protein plus calcium and minerals and all these things. So I think it makes sense to make your coffee with 2% or even a whole milk if you like. The next step is I have to chop onions. And talking about chopping onions, on a weekend when you have time, what I would suggest is you chop all your onions, keep them into unit doses. Depending on how much you need for 1 person or 2 people or 4 people, and put them in plastic bags and put them in the freezer. And when you are ready, you just take it out and leave it outside for 10-15 minutes. Now it's nice and soft. It's ready to be used in preparation. But I'm going to show you this time how I'm going to slice the onions, so you can do the same thing. Sit down and take 8 or 10 onions and then just make a batch of onions and put them in the freezer, because they will stay fresh for 6 months, so you don't have to sit and cry every time you cut onion for a preparation, especially after a long day's work. Alright, let's begin here. Okay, now we're getting our onion ready. It's done. I'm going to just put it here. I probably will not need all the onions. As I said, I probably won't need this much onion. The next thing is I'm going to be using chopped bell peppers. But the good thing is we can get these 3 different kinds of bell pepper in Kroger here in our town. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this, and it also has some onion, which is good. I'm just going to make them into little smaller pieces because I'm doing omelette and scrambled egg. I'm just cutting them into small pieces so they fit with the kind of cooking we are trying to do. I have the yellow, green and red bell pepper. If you want, you can add jalapeno also. I will decide later on if I want to add jalapeno. Anyway, let's put this on the side. See, now I have my onion here. And next I have the bell peppers. I have some chopped spinach also. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use part of this chopped spinach. It's all frozen. So I'm just going to put some of the chopped spinach here and show you how we can use this to make super good Indian style omelette and also scrambled eggs. Okay, I think if I need more, you may want to invest in a trolley like this, which is movable, and you can put all your supplies here. I also found this diced tomatoes. You know, the tomatoes, after they are in the refrigerator for 3-4 days, they start growing fungus. So the best thing is to buy these canned tomatoes, which are already diced and sliced. All you have to do is, when you're doing your curry or something like that, you just pour it and it's done. I'd like to add some mushroom to my scrambled eggs, and also, okay, now here we have the mushroom. I don't need the water, all I need is some mushroom. So we're going to be using some mushroom. If I want, I can make them into little smaller pieces, so they will go well with the rest of the vegetables we are putting. Anytime you use something, when it's done, when you finish using it, make sure you get rid of it. See, it's already dripping water, so I need to clean my cutting board. I think now we are ready to get the show on the road here. So I have all my vegetables ready, my onions, 3 different colored bell peppers, spinach, chopped spinach, and mushroom. I think that should be good enough. And I'm going to use some Indian spices. This time, since this is special to South Indian style of cooking, I'm going to use some South Indian spice from MTR. Here's some MTR masala which I'm going to be using. Basically, I just want to give us a little taste. You don't need to add a heavy amount of masala because the omelette and the scrambled egg themselves are going to be fine. So I got 2 bowls here, and I'm going to put some eggs here to start with. And you can see how I open the eggs. Alright, you ready? There you go, with a little knife. 4 eggs on one side. This is going to be scrambled eggs, and this is going to be for Indian style omelette. Now I got my eggs. I need to clean up my hands. Put this back, and this can go into the refrigerator, but let's leave it here for right now. And I have my cilantro, which I'm going to be using to garnish the omelettes and scrambled eggs. So now I have this. I'm going to mix this. I'm going to use half of this, or whatever is needed, to season them with oil in the pan for the omelette, and the other half I'm just going to put them as raw vegetables. So this is a mixture that's going to be going into the omelette. So let's put some oil here. Yeah, it looks like pretty good enough. Alright, you can use olive oil, whatever oil you like, it's up to you. I usually leave it on medium heat because I don't want it to get too much heat while the oil is cooking, and I'm going to mix the eggs. While the oil is getting heated, I'm going to get some mix for the scrambled eggs. In fact, you have to put some milk. So I'm going to use my 2% milk. This 2% milk gives some consistency and texture. And as you can see, you're already beginning to see some color. To this, we are also going to add some, if you have butter, you can add it, but butter has high quantity of cholesterol, but put a little margarine here, which should be fine. And while this side is getting heated, now I'm going to get this pan warmed up to start the scrambled eggs. As you can see, I'm doing multitasking, but the important thing is you don't leave the kitchen with the 3 grills going full blast. As I told you, the vegetables for the omelette side, we are going to season, we're going to saute them in the pan, in this pan, so that it will have a much different taste compared to the scrambled eggs. This may be a good time to put a little bit of the spices here. Let's see, I mean, as I said, you don't need a whole lot. Maybe half a spoon or a spoon. Like here, you just put this empty or it's curry powder. So it gives a nice flavor, that's all it. Alright, don't worry, it's not going to be spicy because there are so many other ingredients, it will be fine. We have the butter and all this stuff here. Alright. So we can let this butter kind of melt here. Now we can add the spices to this one as we want. Just add a little bit onion here, that should be good. A little spinach. Some bell pepper. And some chopped mushroom. How about that? You see, I don't even need to cook it. It's already getting some nice color and texture. So this is going to be our scrambled egg pot. So let it sit on the side until the stuff warms up here. We're going to put it on like low heat, something like number 3 for the scrambled eggs. While that is going on, I'm going to see if my onions are ready to be cooked. Yes, so we're going to put some half the onions. I think that should be enough for this because I'm putting some spinach and I'm going to use the bell pepper too. I may use all the bell pepper and some more spinach. Alright, so this is going to be, as I told you, we got some stuff left over, but we'll see if we need to add that, we can add. So I'm just sauteing this with this one, and I can add a little spices here if I want, just maybe a teaspoon to give that little taste. So let it cook, and again this should be like 4 or 5 so we don't burn anything here. While this is cooking, this is the omelette side and that is the scrambled egg side. Let's see what's happening here. Alright, the butter is all melted, so we're going to put this scrambled egg mixture right into the pan. Let it sort of slowly cook. And that side is cooking, and I'm going to make sure these vegetables are fairly cooked well so that when we do the omelette, it's going to be tasty. Then I have 4 slices of bread here, which I'm going to show you how I'm going to toast it Indian style. Then we're going to have a beautiful scrambled egg Indian omelette toast brunch. So as you can see, we're getting a nice mixture of fresh vegetables here. Let them cook for a few more minutes. Okay, we just have to give some time for these vegetables to kind of warm, give a little more heat here so they can cook faster. You have to constantly watch this, especially when you're sauteing this with little spices. Yep, this side is looking even better. Let it cook for a few more minutes. Then we are going to take this one and mix it into this one and then make omelettes. I'll keep this one just in case I need more spices. See, I don't have to add little salt and pepper and curry, garam masala and garlic, ginger, all these things. I just buy this ready-made stuff. Somebody has already done the research. All I need to do is get some nice desi taste, Indian taste and Indian cooking. And this is the time we just spend with the family and have a nice chat. Oh, I tell you what, I left my coffee. Okay, here's my coffee, which is ready to go. Let me mix up my coffee. All I need to do is, as I said, you see, my coffee never spills because I have adjusted the time, the power, and also I have a big jar, so it never spills. So I'm going to put my nice, beautiful hot coffee here. The coffee is there. Hello. Cheers! Oh, beautiful. A lot of times I just make my coffee and that serves as my coffee and breakfast at the same time. How do you like that for a brunch? I think our vegetables are almost happy. They're getting cooked. I don't know who can say they're happy and they're getting cooked. But anyway, they look good. You see, as you can see, there's a nice mixture of vegetables for our omelette. And I'll let it cook for a few more minutes and see what's happening on this side. As you can see, it starts to build up in the bottom, and look at this. That's the way we want the texture to be. But we want the rest of the omelette to have the same kind of texture. So we're going to start turning this from top to bottom and let it cook slowly. Now we want to drop the temperature because otherwise the bottom will kind of stick. So you may want to use a non-stick pan, and as it gets closer and closer, you can see it begins to become more solid. And when the consistency is thick, when there's no more water, your scrambled eggs are almost done. Sometimes you may want to just move the water side to the side. Alright, we are getting there. I think I am happy with this one, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour this mixture into my scrambled eggs. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now I have this mixture ready to go. This is the Indian style omelette. Let me mix this real good. Okay, my omelette is ready to be taken for a test drive. Oh, first I have to cook. Okay, let's empty this pan here. Okay, let's make sure that I'm not burning here. Yep, my scrambled eggs are getting scrambled here, the Indian style with fresh vegetables. Okay, in order for me to taste whether this is correct or not, what I have to do is put just a little bit oil here so I can do my first test omelette to see if my spices and salt are okay. So let us start with our first omelette. There you go. And as it's cooking, you just spread it. The heat needs to come down to like 4 because I don't want to burn it. As you can see, the omelette cooks very quickly. And it is going to be real nice and juicy, I can tell you that. Unlike dry omelettes that you eat in other places. Now you see how my scrambled egg is coming along with Indian spices and fresh vegetables. The key is to add some butter or margarine and milk to give you this type of consistency. So we let it dry for some more time. Then we can call it done. Okay, now my omelette is looking good. As you can see, I'm just going to flip the omelette, and this is how an Indian omelette looks. And this is just a test omelette. So I'm going to check and see if the taste, salt and the spices are adequate. Otherwise, I can always add some salt and spices to this. And let's check our scrambled egg here. Yes, our scrambled egg is done. Okay, I think my omelette is ready here. To put a little cilantro here. It's a test omelette. Let me see how it tastes before we go into the final plate. I think all I need to do is add a little salt. Maybe that spice didn't have much salt, so I added some salt here. I may want to add some salt here also. Okay, that's good. So, let us do this. Let me finish this because I'm so hungry and I can't stay still when I see very good food. As you can see, I love food, especially Indian food. This is my favorite Indian omelette. All it needed was a little dash of salt. Alright, now we are done with this one. Here's my scrambled egg. Let's put it here in the bowl here. May work out a little better, but nonetheless we got it done. So I need to make sure that I put it in a place where it's not going to burn the counters. Okay, let us, while this is getting ready, let us taste this one. See how it tastes. Look at the scrambled egg. See how nice and fluffy this is? Let me see. Very good. It's like heaven. Look at this scrambled egg. Spicy and got all fresh vegetables here. So what I'm going to do is, excuse me, sorry. I like it so much I can't stop eating. I'm going to show you how I make my toast. And all these vegetables that are here, you can mix them all into one plastic bag and put them in the freezer. The next time you want to make an omelette, Indian style, Nik style, then you take the whole thing, put it in the oil, saute it with little spices, curry powder, then you got it done. So let us see now. While it is going along, let us do another omelette here. We just need a little touch of oil. Now I'm going to make an omelette big enough for my brunch. Look at all this stuff. I can put it in the refrigerator and use it for like 2-3 days. But if you now this is the holiday time. You see, you got 12 guests. Why do you want to go to the restaurant, carry all the luggage, kids, seats, all these things, and then stand in line for 2 hours for your brunch? Come over to my kitchen. I can have your breakfast done in like 20 minutes. See, my breakfast is cooking here and I'm drinking my coffee and I'm talking to you. My scrambled eggs are done and I'm going to be working on my toast. See, this is how I think we should be doing. Make it a family time. When guests are at home, cook. Because that's the time you get to sit down, talk, kids can run around in the house, and just going to the restaurant and sitting there, waiting in line for 2 hours, and then eating all those high-calorie breakfast. It's not worth it. Now watch how I make my toast. Can you see it? Okay, I'm going to put 2 slices of bread here. Let it cook for some time. While I think I am done with this omelette, so what I'm going to do is, now you can see why I use these plastic bowls. When I'm done, I just close the lid. This is ready for next session. Just keep it, bring it back and start your omelette. Alright, so my scrambled eggs are done. Actually, egg is really heavy, especially the way we prepare it, so you don't have to eat a whole lot. Okay, my toast is warming up here. And unlike you just, put it in the toaster and crash cook it in 2 minutes and all this, no. I said this is a good family time. You sit down, talk to your children, talk to your guests, and then show them how your culinary skills. This is the time to show off. Think about it, holidays. You got whole 3-day holiday. What are you going to do? Spend a whole morning preparing brunch, Indian style omelette, Indian style scrambled egg, and Nik's toast. What more do you want? And still more vegetables left over for next day. Okay, here's my margarine stick. You can use a butter if you like. And I'm just going to kind of let it cook. What I do is I just kind of smear it. And you'll see what a difference this is going to make. And you have to have like 4 eyes and 4 hands. I'm watching the omelette while I'm cooking the toast here. Okay, see it's turning a little brown and I'm going to put a little margarine here. This toasted bread, the way I do it, it is so delicious. Especially it goes with my Indian omelette. Oh, if it's too hot, just put it on the grill and let it. I know this is going to take time, but you got all day long, so what's the rush? You're not going anywhere. You're just sitting in the house, and when it becomes crunchy, you can just put one more layer of margarine here and let it cook. While that is cooking, I think maybe I'm going to see if I can flip this ham omelette. Look at this omelette, gentlemen and ladies. See how nicely it's golden brown? My omelette. So at this time I can just turn the stove off. My omelette side cooking is done. And oh, some more coffee left here. My omelette is done. The stove is off. That part of the cooking is complete. Now, only thing that's left is to get my toast here. Oh, it is turning nice and golden brown. This is gourmet cooking for all in the family, especially when you got 12 guests. I tell you, you're better off spending 3 hours in your kitchen standing and cooking while you have a nice conversation with your guests. Try this one, and if you like it, tell me. I'll come and join you. Okay, as you can see, it's nice golden brown toast. So let's put our toast here. Maybe I should put little scrambled eggs also for the final presentation. Here's my scrambled egg. Here you got it, gentlemen. Nik Executive Chef Omelette, Indian scrambled eggs and golden brown toast. The way you eat this, you just make this like an omelette sandwich. Like this. How about that? You ready? This is fabulous. And this is so rich and it's going to be so filling. This will be your breakfast, lunch, and also mid-afternoon snack. Look at the way our sandwich looks. Actually, I'm speechless. Anyway, I am Nik, the executive chef. Today I have shown you how to make the Indian omelette, Indian scrambled eggs, and golden brown hand-cooked toast. Have a wonderful day and drop us your comments, and thank you so much for watching.